Women of Reddit. What things that men find unattractive about themselves do you find very attractive, and why? Story 1. I feel like some dudes lack the confidence to wear certain things, or feel they'll look stupid if they dress well. I'm a barista and we have a group of regular guys who come in. Once, one of them was getting teased about wearing gray tailored trousers with a light gray plaid detail. The other guys asked what I thought of them, expecting me to join in, but I just said I thought he looked great, and men should be encouraged to put in a little effort with their clothes. His bum looked on point. Story 2. I've dated several men who bragged about not being a good dad if we had kids together. I seriously hear this all the time. You'll be doing all the diaper changes when we have kids. Like, it's too gross for a guy to do? It's not manly? I don't know. It's even worse because I'm a nanny. So some guys just expect that I like doing all that stuff. In reality, I don't know a single lady who thinks being a good father is unattractive. My boyfriend was just holding his baby cousin once and it was the best thing in the world. I could not keep my hands off him when we got in private. Story 3. After reading the comments, short guy, check, chubby, check, cries a lot, check, nerdy, check, small peepee, check, virgin, check. Yep, I'm definitely a chick magnet. Story 4. Stretch marks, acne, scars. I love all of them so much. My boyfriend has them and he's absolutely stunning. He hates them, but I run my fingers over his stretch marks and scars and kiss them. He is so beautiful and has a lovely body. Story 5. Please say small peepee. Please say small peepee. Please say small peepee. Small people. Story 6. If we put most of the comments here together, we have women that are attracted to George Costanza. It must be the summer of George. Story 7. Gray hair, especially when it's all salt and pepperish. Story 8. That feeling when you realize girls can be attracted to all sorts of things and yet no one finds you attractive in real life. Story 9. I'm just here to see the compliments about big noses. As an adult female, I've come to realize that nearly all men I find attractive have a strong or large nose. I also like a man with some weather on his face, i.e. laugh lines and or forehead lines. Mike Rowe is probably the most extreme example. Story 10. Being a good person. If you have to one-up or put down your friends, ew. You could be the hottest guy in the room by social standards, but if everything out of your mouth is rude and sarcastic, I am out. I will go after the sweet and kind guy every time. Story 11. Control F, small peepee, crap. Story 12. Being soft and submissive sometimes. I want a guy to feel protected when he's with me as much as I want to feel protected by him. Story 13. My husband is somewhat of a quiet loner who in school was never popular or well known. And I don't know why, but I love that. I love a man who isn't the party dude or the loud and funny guy. I like intimate conversations and inside jokes. Quiet guys all the way. Story 14. When they do anything unmanly and are at peace with it, examples: wearing pink, singing in the car or shower, talking about their feelings, using body washes, shampoos that aren't just the cheap generic for men wearing jewelry, fawning over plants or animals. It shows me that they're mature, comfortable with themselves and don't equate femininity with inferiority. Okay, wait a second, full stop. Singing in the shower is unmanly? Who doesn't sing in the shower every now and then? Story 15. I love men that are sensitive to animals, the ones that get cute and cuddly with kittens and are concerned for their well-being. Also, stockier guys. One of my neighbors is a middle-aged Hispanic dude with a shaved head, goatee, and tons of tattoos. He's kind of stocky and looks like he could take on a bear, and he has this adorable little white poodle. He used to have 2 of them, but had to rehome one because they didn't get along. I think that men who aren't nice to animals or feel like certain animals, small dogs and cats, are gay or garbage. Story 16. I think guys with big and different noses look perfectly fine. Nice even. Like a Roman nose looks hella good on men. Story 17. Guys who are awkward or shy. I find most people with those traits to actually be extremely genuine and hide some great personalities. All they need is a bit more time to feel comfortable. Or they're like me and become obnoxious as heck once they get comfortable. Story 18. I feel like all guys think that we just want muscular dudes that are 6 foot plus. Squishy guys with a little fluff are adorable. A lot of girls do prefer if the guy's the same height or taller than them, but not all. If you're 5'6" and she's 5'3", she'll probably see you as tall. If she's 5'6" and you're 5'5", she'll find you just as cute. Story 19. I think a lot of guys think they have to be all smooth and flirty with women, but I personally find the awkward, shy dorkiness super adorable and attractive. Story 20. Long hair, being short, and being gentle and soft-spoken. I love emotional guys who are sensitive and can show their feelings, be it good or sad. I love comforting them, and it makes me feel as if they trust me too. And long hair is just really hot. Story 21. When they take care of their appearance, show emotions, or do what they please, not minding people calling them feminine. Like wear some sunscreen. Cancer won't make you more masculine, you idiot. Yes. Caring about your skin and your appearance is attractive, and caring more about your health than how masculine you seem. Story 22. My boyfriend specifically becomes self-conscious over his excitement of his hobbies. His last relationship was toxic to the extreme, and she would force him to feel bad for having hobbies outside of her and for having his attention elsewhere. It was to the point where he was apprehensive to even tell me what he was doing sometimes, because he would worry that I would be mad at him for having a social life. But honestly, I love it. Everything about him and his personality is just beautiful. The way he gets so excited when he calls the climax of the story arc of his new favorite anime, or when he tells me he's listening to this podcast of this new man he discovered that talks about anime and how he loves it, or when he shows me his new character for D&D that he's drawing and goes through the different powers they have and why he chose them for that campaign, or how he laughs so hard at his little weeby TikToks that I don't understand, so he has to explain them to me and he laughs harder, or even when he's watching subs and I'll ask him what is going on, even if I really don't care about it, just to see how big his smile gets when he gets to explain all about this part of the story arc that I truly forget about by the next morning. Even if I don't share his passions, I love to see his love for them, and it baffles me to think she ever made him feel so bad for loving the things he loves. Story 23. You don't have to have the body of a lifter or someone who works out a lot to be attractive. I noticed a lot of men feel bad about themselves if they don't have that type of body. Story 24. When a guy acts really flustered and nervous around me, I think it's cute as The last time someone did that, I seriously didn't know how to react. I just sat there blushing like mad and not knowing what to say. Story 25. Men who are taking care of babies or young kids, average-looking guy plus baby carrier, exceptionally hot. Story 26. When we first started banging before he was my boyfriend, we were making out and he pushed me away for a second and said, "Your tongue has given me an idea." He then went to his whiteboard and just started doing physics. That ambition, nerdiness, lack of concern for me calling him a geek or something, that inspiration he quietly thanked me for, was perfect. I guess it's hot when a guy has a passion for something, especially when that demonstrates ambition and nerdiness. Married 3 years now, together 10. And that, my friends, was Albert Einstein. Story 27. They're real laughs. I think most people have a public and restrained laugh, so to hear a guy laugh without being self-conscious about how giggly or higher-pitched they may sound is absolutely adorable. My husband has this ridiculous high-pitched giggle snort he does when he lets go. It's so cute and makes me laugh. He doesn't do it much, but when he does, I do everything I can to make him keep laughing, until he gets lightheaded at least. Story 28. Messy hair. I don't know if men don't like messy hair or not. Story 29. Silly dancing. My boyfriend is the dorkiest dancer I've ever seen. I like to say all 4 of his limbs have a different idea of what dance he's doing, and I swear, over and over, that his dancing could cure my depression. He just goes for it. I can't watch without the stupidest, most love-filled grin on my face. After the number of men that have turned me down to dance because they aren't any good or just timidly go for a safe 1-step, 2-step shuffle, it's my favorite thing in the world to watch him get really into a song and flail about it. Story 30. Admitting that they don't know something. A big turnoff for me is when a guy pretends they know about something because they think it will impress me or think I'll look down on them for not knowing. It's okay to admit you're unfamiliar with something, and I truly appreciate the honesty behind that and find it incredibly refreshing. There are 4 3-word phrases that make life a whole lot better if you're comfortable saying them. I don't know. I love you. I need help. I was wrong. Story 31. I know a lot of men are self-conscious about losing their hair, and I'm here to say own it. I dig bald guys. If your hair is really thinning, just shave it and rock it. Trust me, being bald is so much more attractive than trying to style your hair to hide thin spots. All that does is draw attention to it, honestly. Bald men are hot. I stand by this statement. My friend did this, saw himself on a CCTV screen from above and announced, "Who's that bald?" before realizing it was him. Story 32. The confidence with which they throw themselves into something really stupid. 2 lads giving their mate a boost so he can launch himself over a wall? Incredible. Throwing themselves off a bridge into the river because they were dared to? Remarkable. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not what they're doing. It's how they put their whole selves into it and don't hold back at all. The sense of indestructibility is so funny to me, I find it really endearing and kind of hot. Story 33. I like bookish, sensitive guys. I live in the American Midwest where so many men are loud and proud that they don't read, don't do anything cultural or artistic, aren't open to trying things. Yoga is probably the best example, but honestly I've met all sorts. Won't try a French food, won't go for a massage, won't drink wine, etc., because it makes them gay. That has always been a huge red flag for me in a partner. Story 34. Nerds. My husband is nerdy when it comes to the things he loves and gets so passionate and loves certain things. To see the passion in his eyes makes me happy because he's happy. Keep talking about the Marvel Universe, you adorable chunk of a man. I will always listen. Story 35. Showing feelings and emotions and being able to express and talk about them. I want you to tell me how you truly feel about everything. Don't try and hide it from me. Also, when they're not super ripped and even have a bit of a belly. Don't get me wrong, if they're super ripped, that's great. But if they're not, I'm cool with it, and I actually prefer it. It makes me feel so much less insecure about myself knowing that he's not in tip-top shape and I'm not either. And they're also so much better to cuddle with and have nicer sweatshirts I can steal. Story 36. Having hair on your chest, shoulders, back, face, etc. It is sexy. You don't need to shave it or wax it off. Hair is good and cool. It makes you look like a human being. On the other side of this, men who can't grow a beard and feel shamed by the popularity of beard culture. You're beautiful too. Tell me of all sizes, A+. Story 37. My boyfriend has been on the chunky side, and I actually really like it. He's so conscious of it and doesn't believe me when I say he's so handsome. Of course I support him if he wants to get healthy because I do too, but I really enjoy it. Story 38. When they become extremely excited and childlike all of a sudden, my boyfriend always thinks that he's annoying when he gets like that, but it's honestly just the cutest and purest thing. He sometimes reminds me of a dog that's excited to go for a walk. Story 39. Doing things that you like but are associated with the opposite gender roles, like painting your nails or ordering a fruit-based cocktail at the bar. It shows that you're super comfortable in your masculinity and don't feel the need to prove anything to anyone. Don't fake it, mind you. But if there are things you genuinely like or are interested in and aren't afraid to express that even if some people might raise their eyebrows, it's definitely cool. Story 40. They're singing. Yes. My husband usually screws around and sings in a silly, obnoxious voice and it bums me out. The rarity he just sings to sing along to a song he really likes, like he said, a song that makes him happy. It's so awesome. Story 41. People who work with tools or in cars or whatever end up with really scarred, calloused hands. That's really hot. Body hair, completely underrated. Don't be ashamed if you look like a bear. Gay guys aren't the only ones into that. Weird one here, but guys with acne-scarred, ruddy, hyperpigmented skin, like they spend too much time outside as a kid and you can see it in their face. Super attractive to me. I don't want smooth Barbie doll skin. I like texture. Story 42. Their smiles. I've seen so many dudes post pictures with their straight faces that make them look constipated. I love when my significant other smiles genuinely when he looks at me. He is pretty serious, but goddamn. I hype him up with his smile because I know he's insecure about it, but I just fall for him more and more. I swear it might get you a girlfriend if you guys smiled more genuinely and actually posted happy smiling pictures. Story 43. The voice a guy makes when he first wakes up in the morning. I remember a time I stayed with my girlfriend when she had class in the morning. She shook me awake to let me know she was leaving, and all I remember was rolling over and telling her I loved her, and she remembers that as one of her favorite moments we've shared. Story 44. I'm pre-med, so everyone expected me to want a highly educated husband, but my boyfriend became an electrician straight out of high school, and I think it's incredibly attractive he's a handyman. He knows so much about such random things. He builds me stuff, he's practical, he's respectful, and he plans things out well. Story 45. Complex and elaborate knowledge of things like Star Wars, Pokemon, Star Trek, World of Warcraft, computer games, anything they care about enough to be passionately knowledgeable with, drives me wild. The entirety of Reddit is about to slide into your DMs. Story 46. I like short guys. They never go for me because I'm between 5'9 and 5'10 and I wear heels sometimes, but I think you're cute and I'll go for you as long as I don't have to crane my neck too much. Also, I don't usually mind at all when guys are losing or have lost their hair. It usually doesn't make much of a difference to me. Gray hair is hot as especially when it's just starting. I think the hottest thing a guy can do is have an understanding of his emotions and acknowledge them, especially if he gets excited about things. So come find me, you bald, sensitive, short guys. And if you're nervous about your pee-pee size, you should worry less. Average is best for most women. Most of us don't want pain there, and size is a factor, not a deal breaker. Story 47. When they work a physical job, some men have issues with becoming tradesmen instead of fulfilling their parents' and society's vision of being doctors, accountants, engineers, etc. Trades are a great way to earn a decent and honest living. I find nothing hotter than my husband up on a ladder in the summer in his work boots and safety glasses, sweat trickling down his temples and neck. Makes me want to get in the kitchen and cook dinner for him. Story 48. His glasses on the tip of his nose when he's reading. Seriously, it's the sexiest development in our 50s. Story 49. Compassion. For some reason, caring about other people or animals is seen as unmanly. But when a man is kind to a kid, or lets himself be emotionally affected by current events or just any emotion other than anger really, I instantly want to marry him. Story 50. When a guy isn't silent like a monk when we're doing it. Story 51. I see a lot of guys who are insecure about their lanky bodies. Like, no, please don't be. Lanky bodies are my favorite body type. It just looks so hot and cool. I think any clothing looks amazing on you guys, and I get turned on whenever I see that body type. Yes, I know I'm a perv, but I'm just being honest, lol. I also love when straight men aren't afraid to act or wear things that people call feminine. If you want to paint your nails or wear a cute romper, it physically looks hot as hell, and a lot of women agree with me. It just turns me on. Not only because you don't let others tell you what to do, but because it just looks amazing on you just like it does on us. This is coming from a straight woman, guys. Don't listen to the sheep who shame you for looking the way you want. Story 52. When guys laugh, especially if it's an ugly laugh, it's endearing and cute. Also, it shows us you like a joke we made, and that makes us feel good. Hell, just emotions in general, it's normal. As long as you're not using those emotions as an excuse to do bad shit, of course. Sure, guys. Lots of guys are insecure about not being tall enough. It's just height. And if somebody bases your worth on that, then that's their problem. Same with weight. Just make sure to take care of yourselves. Painting your nails and wearing makeup, just do what you want. Plus, painted nails and makeup look pretty rad, just saying. Normal conversations. You don't have to try and impress us with material possessions or crazy stunts. Just talk. Tell us about yourself and ask us how our day was. We like hearing from you. Story 53. When they have an interest in reading or express any of their passions, really, it's genuinely pleasant to see men, or anyone for that matter, be excited about something they like. It can be contagious, and seeing someone love something with visible enthusiasm without feeling embarrassed makes me smile. And I don't know many people that read novels, at least the ones that I enjoy. Story 54. Height. I know lots of guys get self-conscious about their height if they aren't like 6 feet tall, but I've always been drawn to guys closer to my height, 5'5". Being with a guy my height is better for hand-holding, hoodie stealing, sharing beds, cuddling, and seriously, so much more convenient when doing the deed too, because everything just fits into place perfectly. Story 55. Dad bod. The ones in real life, not the ones you see on TV and movies. He cares about his family, he's true to himself, he's the protector. I want a man to snuggle me and cuddle with, not a man who's gonna flex on me. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this next video. The YouTube algorithm really thinks you like it.